Step 1 in the fresh fruit candy is fresh fruit. As you know, or some of you know, my hands and feet are giving me huge problems because of chemicals. In this case, it's called peripheral neuropathy, and there's a lot of causes for it, but mine actually does not happen to be some of the normal things. It happens to be chemicals. There's actually a lot of people out there that I've found out about that are having problems such as things with their hands and feet. There are other things you can have due to chemicals. And so I need to, for my diet, get out chemicals. It's not about fat, it's not about sugar, it's not about, I mean, of course you want to eat the normal healthy amounts of everything. For me, it has to be chemicals. I have to get the chemicals out of the house. Artificial colors, artificial, this and that. Preservatives especially, there's lots of chemicals here and there, just as natural as possible. So here is the start of natural, well, I guess you could say candied fruit, but the kids, I can call it fruit candy. And that's the first start of it. This was on sale. I use whatever's on sale and is cheapest. And I use natural sugar that's non-GMO. Of course, I can't go the most expensive, the expensive, organic all the way, but the sugar is natural sugar, non-GMO, less processing. It's not like the regular, and it costs about the same, so I can actually afford doing it. I can't afford this with like $7 a pound sugar. That's not going to happen. But this is the first step. Next step, I'm going to cut it into bits, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so now pineapple is cut. I didn't use all of them. I just used the 2 pineapples. It's quite a bit of pineapple there. I don't know if you could tell in the video. Now I know some of you might be saying, how can you turn healthy pineapple, fresh fruit, into like a candy that's not healthy? Well, yes, I know, but nobody, and I mean nobody in this household, can eat fresh pineapple. There's not a person in here that can eat it. It's too acidic. I've tried making it into juices, diluting it. With these pineapples, I might make it into like a pineapple aid, or like mix it in with some other fruit and make a juice where it's really diluted, but there's no way. There's too acidic. Can't happen. And the goal of this is to get rid of chemicals, not necessarily total amounts of fats or sugars. Trying to keep it a little bit healthy, but this is a snack that I'm making for the kids. And next step is taking the cut pineapple and turning it into candied pineapple. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so next step in the pineapple candy. This here is actually like a simple syrup, sort of. It's that natural sugar you saw earlier that is mixed with water and heated till it basically dissolves in it. And it's not too much water, actually. So there's water and sugar heated until it's dissolved like that. And that makes this like a simple syrup out of it. There's nothing else but that. There's no preservatives or anything. Now here's honey. Now it's not one, I just reused the container. It's actually a local honey I put in there. But the local honey doesn't come in as a nice container, so I just keep rinsing, wash, reuse, and then there's the stuff. You heat that up. A little honey in there too, from the recipe I got. I mean, you don't have to have that, but it helps. Not 100% organic, of course, but actually not organic at all, really, but it's better than store-bought candy. And it reduces, you can't eliminate chemicals, there's just no way to do that. But you can reduce chemicals, and this will reduce a lot of chemicals. It'll make it more natural. It's different types of sugars. It's not just reducing sugar, it's making a different type, because high fructose corn syrup, sugar from GMO, like sugar beets or this thing or that, it's a lot different for your health than, say, a more natural sugar. And like a dried candy, like a candied pineapple, rather than something that's just tons of artificial colors, fructose corn syrup with GMO sugar and this and that. So this will be more natural, not 100% like I'm the healthy food nut or anything, but for my purposes, I'm supposed to stay away from as many chemicals as I can, and that will, on my budget, if I had an unlimited budget, of course I just buy everything really great, but on my budget, this is doable. On anybody's budget, this is doable. on sale pineapple. That's the only reason I'm using pineapple, because it's on sale. The simple syrup I made earlier, honey. I'm going to get that. You cook the pineapple or other fruit until it's somewhat more transparent. You'll be able to tell if you've done it once or twice. And then we'll go cover the next step in a bit. Okay, so it is cooking. You want to start seeing the color change in that, because the sugar from there and the honey, it needs to go, throughout the fruit, and it's in the process of, basically chemicals from the sugar changing in, the fruit and whatnot. I'm sure the chemists out there can tell you more details of what's happening, but basically you want the color to change. Once the color changes a bit, then you can then take it out of there and put it in sugar, which is the next step. I'll get to that next. Okay, so this is before I dry it, but after it's cooked. It's the pineapple with a little sugar on it. Well, a little bit more sugar than maybe it needs, but after you dry it, the excess sugar shakes off a bit. Now, my little girl was helping, and of course she loves sugar, and she put a lot of sugar on it. Don't worry, the sugar shakes off. It's something that it's nice. Now, I found a use for the other pineapple. The other pineapple, my boy, I've figured out, is the only one in the family that can actually eat fresh pineapple without it tearing his mouth up. Pineapple is wonderful. Fresh is certainly great, but if you can't eat it because the heartburn, it makes your mouth, crazy. So, and one of the points is we really, really wanted to avoid the chemicals in all the candies, and that has really nasty types of sugar and types. Put it back. Okay, has nasty types of chemicals in it, nasty types of this and that and other. This, hey, yeah, I know it's a lot of sugar. Most of it will shake off. After it dries, we're going to just want a thin layer of sugar, and the rest we can just sort of use for something. But this will be better than candy. And yeah, I know it looks like a ton of sugar now, but it has less chemicals and lots of the sugar will shake off after it dries. I'm going to dry it just normally, and then we'll have like a gummy treat, except that it's technically candied pineapple, but basically like gummy candy, except that it's actually fruit.
Yep.
And no preservatives, no chemicals, things like that. Good stuff. I'll show you it after it dries. Okay, and this is what they look like when they're dry. No, there's not as many on the top because they keep getting eaten. They're really good. Fresh is good. Now you can see the color changed from fresh pineapple to more translucent. Now, keep in mind, little girl does eat a lot of regular fresh fruit too. She likes regular fresh fruit. She just can't eat regular pineapple. And the whole point of this is to give something to substitute for candy that doesn't have as many artificial colors or flavors or preservatives or chemicals in it. Yes, I know there's still sugar, but it's a natural sugar, non-GMO. There's no artificial colors, preservatives, flavorings, anything like that. This is just pineapple and sugar. Literally, and a little bit of honey. That's literally all it is. And it's local honey. So, yeah, it's not like, okay, let's just eat this every single day, all day, but as a substitute for candy, this does a lot of reducing chemicals in your life. So, this is good stuff.